This shouldn't be possible. In Pikmin 3, every single fruit can be collected without using yellow Pikmin. Every single one except one. This fruit is locked behind an electric gate, and without yellow Pikmin, it is completely unreachable. I have spent dozens of hours trying everything and failing. Other people have tried it too, but as far as anyone knew, this was impossible. But recently, something happened. Something that changes everything. To understand how this all happened, we have to go to where it all started. It all started with a simple idea. What if you could beat Pikmin 3 without using yellow Pikmin? At first, it didn't sound that hard. There are glitches, skips, ways around things. And surprisingly, it actually works. With enough optimization, you can collect almost every fruit in the game without ever touching yellow Pikmin. Almost. The problem is this. The pocked airhead in the Garden of Hope is locked behind an electric gate with no other way out. A gate that, under normal conditions, only yellow Pikmin can break. I spent dozens of hours trying to get it, testing every idea I could think of. Every weird interaction, every possible angle, every glitch I could find. Let's go through the list. Node scumming. A process where you force multiple objects onto the same node in one day, so that when the next day loads, the game splits them apart. In theory, this could have moved the fruit somewhere accessible, but even with over 40 objects working together, it never worked. Invincible Pikmin. If you grab a Pikmin at the exact moment it's about to be crushed by a yellow Wollywog, it becomes completely invulnerable. It can't die. So naturally, I threw it at the electric gate. And nothing happened. Lastly, I tried to just duplicate the pocked airhead, but I didn't even know where to start, to be honest. And no matter what I tried, I always just came back to the same problem, and the game just wouldn't let it happen. And it wasn't just me. Other players had tried this too, including Dan from Press A, and every single attempt ended the same way. So eventually, we teamed up, bringing in more people, more ideas, and more ways to break the game. And somehow, we actually managed to collect it. But there was a problem. In order to collect it, we had to swap it with a sunseed berry, which meant 100% still wasn't possible. In the end, we tried everything to 100%, but no matter how close we got, it was never enough. So eventually, I stopped trying to solve the problem and started working on a different challenge. About 2 months ago, I was testing how to get across this gate in the distant tundra without using any Pikmin at all, when something weird happened. I managed to get onto this ledge, and I threw my captain. And he didn't land across the gate. He didn't land before it. He just kept going through the floor. It didn't make any sense. My captain wouldn't respawn either, and then my game crashed. When I reloaded, something was wrong. I booted up my save file, but everything had changed. The red onion was in the wrong spot, and it was only day 2. Something was off. And then the game crashed again. I booted up the game for a third time, and this time everything was normal except for the fact that it was once again day 2, and I had all my juice from my previous save. It looked like my progress had been scrambled, like the game didn't know what state it was supposed to be in. I started playing normally, seeing if there was anything else different. And that's when I realized something. I accidentally got a red Pikmin into the water, and at first I thought it was just visual, but it didn't drown, and it moved around normally like it was in the water. And I think I realized something. This wasn't just a corrupted save. Everything had been swapped. Abilities, behaviors, locations of onions, everything. Red Pikmin could swim. I soon found out rock Pikmin couldn't break glass. Nothing worked the way it was supposed to. And then it hit me. If everything was swapped, then yellow Pikmin abilities still exist somewhere in the game, just not where they're supposed to be, which means collecting the pocked airhead might actually be possible. I just need to find where those abilities ended up.
Immediately, I grabbed both my red and rock Pikmin and charged them at the electric gate, but it stayed unbreakable. So my eyes were set on the other two Pikmin types in the game, winged Pikmin and blue Pikmin.
In order to test these Pikmin, I would need to progress the story.
But almost immediately, I ran into a problem.
Rock Pikmin didn't have their normal ability, which meant I couldn't break the glass wall needed to progress the story. So instead, I used a not so well known glitch called the Brittany skip, which just lets you skip Brittany entirely by using a couple precise skips. Because of the way I did this glitch, as I made my way to the boss arena, the game just gives me Brittany anyway. But the problems didn't just stop there. You see, I couldn't break the crystals off of the Armored Maudad, so
You're probably wondering how we break the crystals off the Armored Maudad without rock Pikmin. Oh no.
I had finally done it, but it didn't drop the phone or the dragon fruit, which was concerning. But at this point, I didn't really have a choice, so I just ended the day and moved on.
Thankfully, the distant tundra unlocked like normal without the phone. And since I've done the yellow onion skip many times on my channel, the distant tundra was smooth sailing. What was weird though was that when the next day started, I immediately unlocked the Twilight River, once again without needing another phone to unlock it. Then came the most important part, getting winged Pikmin early, because if I was right, they wouldn't act like winged Pikmin. It all came down to this. If they had the right ability, this would finally work, and if they didn't, this was all over.
One 100%. Without yellow Pikmin, no compromises, no cheats, just done. This took months, dozens of failed attempts, countless ideas that went nowhere. But in the end, I actually did it. And honestly, I still can't believe that it worked. Except, there's one last thing I haven't told you. If you had been paying attention, you might have noticed a few things. A couple of letters that were differently colored than the rest. If you put them all together, it spells something.
Okay, I got you. But seriously, none of that works. Especially the Maudad part. My friend Jinx, they were able to get a ton of the clips. They beat the Maudad to death with just their fist. So, make sure you guys give them a ton of praise in the comments. They deserve so much, because I could not have done this without them. But, anyways, this fruit is still just as impossible as it has always been. And honestly, that's kind of why I made this. I really like telling stories, you know? Taking something small and making it way bigger. And this challenge it's just one of those things that sticks with you, you know? And the fact that this one little fruit, it put so much into me that I wanted to turn it into such a big story, you know? Maybe one day, somebody will actually figure it out. But it's not me. At least, not yet.